Fine. Uh, so if I convert this probability equation of P into bracket 0.41 less than C less than equal to 1.63, I can just rewrite this whole thing as, you can draw this diagram if you want, the curve, okay, and to understand it, okay, because both the values are positive, and that means it is lying in the positive side of your normal curve. Okay, it is not covering the whole positive side. It is just a part of a positive side. Okay, and that's the reason I need to find the value for both the values, that 0.41 from the normal curve index in the table and 1.63. Okay, as 1.63 will be towards the tail in the curve, the first value, that is 0.41, I have to use that first minus, so it will be like 1.63, the value which is coming as 0.4484 minus 0.1591, which is the value for 0.41 under your standard normal curve. Okay, so this is going to give me a value, and that is 0.2893. Okay, so what is the probability that I have to that the company pays a fine, but not exceeding 3,000? It is 28, or you can say 29% chances. Clear? And the probability, if you want, you can write in terms of probability, that is 0.2893. That is the answer for your fourth question. And one more thing, as I told you, do not make this as days, make it as weeks. Let me change this. Okay. Fine. So once this is done, let us go to the fifth question. In the fifth question, let me see what is the fifth question here. What should be the due date to have 0.90 probability of project completion? Okay. So if I want to write this in terms of probability, it will be written as P into bracket T less than TS. Okay. And we are supposed to find out what is the chance, or we can say what is the value of T and TS. Okay, or TS, in fact, T is already known to you. So we are supposed to find out the value of TS. Let us do the calculation. Now, if I write this equal to 0.9, okay, and then represent this in terms of the standard normal variate, it will be written as P into bracket Z less than ZS equal to 0.9. Now, in this case, we have to refer to the table again, but in the reverse order. That means we are supposed to check the value in the table and then refer to the value of ZS. Okay. So ZS will be referred in the reverse order from your normal distribution curve table, your appendix 1 or A, whatever you have with you. Now to write this further, if it is 90%, that means it is covering one half. So 0.5 plus something will give me the value, right? So we write is this as 0.5 plus P into bracket 0 less than Z and less than ZS equal to 0.9. So the probability, we take 0.5 on the other hand side, we'll get P into bracket 0 less than Z less than ZS equal to 0.4 after performing the subtraction. Now, reading the value for Z from the table of your this area under normal standard normal curve in the reverse order, as I told you, you have to read it in the reverse order. We are getting the value of Z as 1.28. So please refer to that table again if you have it with you handy. You'll find that 1.28 is where we get the value 0.4. It is exactly, I'll tell you, it is the value is coming as 0.3997. So we are considering 1.28. Okay, so we'll consider that value. Let us consider this. So I get this 1.28. And in fact, 1.28, as I told you, is 0.3997, and 1.29 is 0.4015. Okay. So because this 0.3997 is very close to 0.4, I'm considering 1.28 to be the value of Z. Okay. So please refer to the table properly when you are giving the answer. So even if you mention this has to be 1.29, it will be wrong. Okay, it has to be the nearest value. Now take 1.28, and if I do the calculation for TS to finding the value of TS, I can make use of the formula TS minus the time duration, which is 29 days. That is T divided by the standard deviation, which is 2.45, equal to 1.28. I can find out the value of TS. So let us see what the value of TS is coming. Here we go. So this is the formula which I can make use of to do the calculation for TS. And TS is coming to 32.13 weeks. Okay. Thus, we can say that the due date should be 32.13 weeks from the start, so that I can, so that there is a chance of completing the project by the due date, and the chance is 90% or 0.90. Clear? So this is the solution for the fifth question. So if I start my project 32.13 weeks before the end date, the chances that 90% of the time I'll be able to complete my project. Now the next question is the project manager. Actually, he wants to be 99% sure that the project is completed on the scheduled date. So that means, again, considering the same type of equation, P into bracket P less than Ts equal to 0. This time instead of 0.9, it will be 0.99. Okay. And it is just similar to the one which we have done now. Let us see the sixth one. So if I consider 99%, I can write the probability as T less than Ts equal to 0.99. And as it is more than 0.5, this is nothing but 0.5 plus P into bracket 0 less than, and if I refer to the standard normal variate, then I'll get as P into bracket 0 less than Z less than Zs, which is equal to 0.99. Okay, so I can represent this whole thing like this. 0.5 goes on the other hand side, and I get P into bracket 0 less than Z less than Zs equal to 0.49. Now, if I look at the table again and check for this value of 0.49, now I'm getting 0.49 somewhere here. Okay, so there are some few values, very close values. We have for 2.32, we have a value 0.4898, and for 2.33, we have a value 0.4901. Now the nearest one is 0.4901. That is for 2.33. So the answer for this will be 0.33. Okay, sorry, 2.33. So the value of Zs will come to 2.33. Use this value 2.33 in your formula Ts minus 29 divided by 2.45 equal to 2.33, and do the calculation for Ts. Tell me the value of Ts. What is the value of Ts? Okay, there's some answer here. Okay, 34.70. Okay, that's right answer. So what does that mean? That means if I commence or if I start my project for at least 34.7 weeks, okay, I'll be able to complete my project, and the chances are that it will be 99%. that I'll be able to complete my project in 34.7 weeks. Okay, that is what it means. So if we are doing, if there's a promise, the deadline is already set, I'll be handing over the project, completed project on a particular date, and using the reverse engineering, you can easily come up with the date when I should start my project so that I can complete it in the given schedule. Okay, that's the last answer for the given problem. And I've tried to cover all the types of problems which can be asked in PERT. Okay. So the only thing which we have considered in this, which might not be the same case, is the network diagram. They might ask you to draw the network diagram as well. Okay, and then further go ahead and do the other calculations, solve the other problems. Please see that you practice all this and refer to this, you can say, problems or the questions again and again. And also check on the website, download some questions for yourself and practice those questions during this 1 week of, you can say, Diwali vacation. Okay. So wish you everyone a very happy Diwali. When we come next, we will continue with the CPM and PERT, but we'll be taking up a topic on network crushing. Okay, especially when we want to reduce the time duration, how we do that. So we will see some techniques of network crushing when we come next. Okay, wish you all the luck for the coming Diwali vacation. Okay, and please also continue studying, because as I told you, December, the first week will be for your backlog exams or your improvement if you want to give any improvement test, and then followed by your regular test. Might be in the first week of Jan or something. Clear? That's all for today. If you have doubts, you can ask me, or we end the session now.